the chats also. We get all kinds of.
Yeah.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can click on the chats, but you could try.
No, I can't click on it, but when someone types in it, last week I was able to see what they were typing, and that's how I would see the questions and answer them.
So you can see it. At least you see it, and I can always click. I can click on them and put them on the main thing. All right, let's see what we have. We have 0 right now, but that could change.
We have 2. We're here. 1, 2.
Right. We count. I forgot. We count.
We do. We do matter. Yes.
Okay, here we go. Infinite One. Hey, what's going on? Okay, we got 2 now. And GJ, Kevin Williams. Hey, Kevin.
Hi.
You're not the Kevin Williams I used to teach with, are you? Robert Fender. I used to teach with a music teacher named Kevin Williams. I mean, I didn't teach with him, but I was in the same school. Infinite One. Okay, we're good. So you guys know Dr. Staci by now and Lifewaves. You know, we're doing the Lifewaves afternoon, Tuesday afternoon Lifewaves. Remember, Tuesday in the Bible, they said the word tov, which means good, 2 times. 2 times good on Tuesday. So, and the gematria of tov, of the word good, is 17. So we have a kind of a magic number there on Tuesday. So that's Lifewave Day.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Hailing Island, United Kingdom. Wow. I never even heard of that. Stacey Abrams in Nigeria overseeing their elections. That's that makes me feel safe, right? Kevin Denise. Gotcha.
Perfect.
Kevin Denise.
Hey, Jeff. Hello.
All right, so we have 42 family members, and we might also just get rocking. Hey, Deanna, Mike Taylor. Hey, yeah, Tactical Survivor, Jeff, Kevin Denise. That's incredible, Mike Taylor. Yeah, okay. So we're here back to talk about life waves again, and if I said life waves, that would be incorrect, wouldn't it?
It would be, but there are waves behind you. So and I went to the beach today, so we're both just in the waves right now.
I'm feeling very wavy these days.
Me too.
Things are just like kind of like just smooth and nice. It just they say the energy on the planet is changing. The solar situation is going on, and I've been feeling pretty peaceful the last couple of days. So
me too.
I do have my patches on.
Me too.
But yeah, I think yeah, Mike, I think you're right with that. I think that was destined to be. The bad guys got to go down. Here's my wave. Okay, Kevin, nice.
That's great.
So if there aren't any questions, do you want me to ask questions?
Sure, go for it. I'm excited to hear whatever you have to ask.
Okay, so the thing that I just want to repeat, and I think that everyone should know, is that the potential reset, if you got this thing, a lot of people were conned into that situation. My mother being one, and she went all the way through it. She's, she's still driving a car, and Baruch Hashem, thank God, she's lucid, and her grandkids are like, Grandma, you shouldn't be riding the car. And she's like, why not? She's really a good driver. And she walks a mile every day. So, I just got off the phone with my mom, but I just wanted to say that the combination of the patches, glutathione, X39, and Eon are helpful for resetting that situation. I don't know if there are clinical studies. I don't know if that's something that can really be.
That's a great question. And so when that came out, which was just about 3 years ago now, craziness started then. David Schmidt, who is the owner of this company, Lifewave, the inventor of this technology, this non-transdermal patch, looks like a little round Band-Aid, he was very concerned about the introduction of that type of that so quickly without 20 years of studies with people. We're just going to go try it and see how they do. And so he got with his buddy, Dr. Brian Daly, who is an MD, and he oversees many hospitals. He's a world-renowned physician. And he got together with him, and they started doing light field and dark field microscopy, looking at the blood of people that had been had received that. And so typically when you receive any type of inoculation, it should be, your body should be back to a baseline within, several weeks, maybe even up to 8 weeks max. So they started looking at 3 months to see what the blood was looking like. Microscopy, you prick the finger, you put it on slides, and you look, you'll magnify it and look at light field, dark field. And they did not see balanced, normal system blood, right, in the body. What they saw was clumping of the specifically fibrinogen, which is a blood clotting factor. We're going to talk about that in a minute with one of the patches. But they saw that the blood was clumping together. They saw the blood cells were misshapen. They weren't shaped correctly. They were oblong, or they were, deformed looking. And they also saw that we can see light inside of the cells, right? That center part of the cell, that was not bright like it should be or had been for the participants. And these things were all done under the radar, okay? In 2021, we were able to see a private Zoom where he actually shared all of this information. Dr. Daly was on there as well, too. And so they both had a discussion for an hour back and forth about this, okay, that had been taking place over that last year, and their findings from their under the radar clinical studies. So fast forward to this year, just not too long ago, actually, David actually came out and did a Zoom with a former patriot here in the United States, of course, and showed these screens of the light field, dark field microscopy and their further clinical studies and what they had been showing in those studies from the people that had received this. I say all of this, obviously they are not published for obvious reasons. We cannot publish those studies, nor do I have, the recordings of the original studies done with Dr. Daly. But if you go to my YouTube channel, you will see David and the man that was interviewing him at the time earlier this year, and that actual, it's maybe things you should know about the J A B on my YouTube. And you actually can see, he pops up screen shares and shows the slides, and he talks in depth about that and how we can help to eliminate those things that are not supposed to be in our body, or the way that things are functioning that are not correct and are not going back to normal. And so the way he talks about this in utilizing, of course, proper nutrition, right? Hydration, we know that, sunlight, exercise, getting, what our sleep, things like that we need for our body anyway. But being able to help to remove toxins from the body, help to reduce inflammation, and help to reset the body. And so you had mentioned X39, Eon, and glutathione. And these are the 3 patches that were recommended over 2 years ago. These are the 3 patches that they're still recommending today. And so would you like me to go a little in depth with what each one does and how this can help if you've had this? Or
I think so. I think so.
You've been exposed to somebody that has, or if you're just breathing the air, this stuff is coming in all the time now, unfortunately.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if I can do a poll on this. I don't know how to do a poll on this, but it seems like people would. I'm sure there are people that would be interested. I mean, because it's a very sad, it's a really sad situation to think that somebody has something that I mean, the whole medical community is just, when I hear of the kind of treatment they're doing and their success rate, it's like, they don't stop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it would be good if you went into detail.
Okay, so let's talk about X39. This is our patch. That's what's called a stem cell activation patch. The patch looks like this. It's non-transdermal. There's nothing coming into your body. Non-transdermal means nothing transferring in. So David has invented this patch. Embedded in the white part is what's called a crystal lattice structure. And so that structure is what David's invented, a proprietary blend of organic amino acids, sugars, oxygen, water. Those molecules form together into this lattice structure that's inside of this patch. And so when you put the patch on, your body's heat or light that we emit, we are trillions and trillions of cells of light. We know that here, right? And so that heat that we emit is actually reflecting back a very specific wavelength of light from that lattice structure back into our body. That wavelength of light is what's activating a peptide in our body. It's GHK-Cu copper peptide that declines as we age. You can go to PubMed and search GHK-Cu and see the massive benefits from increasing your GHK-Cu. But one of the things that GHK-Cu does is reset a third of your genes back to their young, youthful, healthy state. One of those genes is P63, which mobilizes your stem cells. So we've reset a third of the genes. Now think about this. If we have something entering our body that is altering our genetic makeup, and we put this on in the morning, and we leave it on 12 hours, and then we take it off, we throw it away, and we do it again the next day. When we put this on, this is resetting a third of our genes back to their young, youthful, healthy, in utero state. Okay, so that specific. Those genes then, obviously, we know express to other genes. So we have this beautiful compound effect of using this day after day, week after week, month after month. But what happens is when you mobilize your stem cells, you activate your stem cells, you elevate your stem cells that are reset to their young, youthful state. They go to work to repair what's damaged in your body. Somebody mentioned on here they have 14 people they know that have had heart attacks, 9 have died. We've talked last week, we talked in depth this month about heart health because we just finished, today is the last day of February. This is heart month, right? Being very aware of the types, you can go back and listen to those other recordings, the types of things to do to take care of our heart. But this is going to repair anything in your body that's damaged, not only your heart, right? All of your organs, all your cells, all your tissues. And the longer you use this, then the more repair and regeneration is actually going to happen. And so we like to partner this patch with the Eon patch. Eon is a patch that reduces inflammation in the body. We know when we put outsized chemicals or substances in the body, we have seen in many ways inflammatory markers going through the roof, right? The homocysteine, the cytokines, the lipids, the fibrinogen. I had mentioned fibrinogen. Fibrinogen is a blood clotting factor. That is a direct link to cardiovascular disease. If your fibrinogen level is elevated, you are at more risk for heart disease. That's just a fact. You can Google that as well too. So this reduces inflammatory markers, many inflammatory markers in the body, one of them being fibrinogen, which of course directly impacts your heart, but it also helps put your body in a parasympathetic state to calm, rest, relax, digest. There's a lot going on out there. So anxiety is through the roof, and this helps you to get into that calm, relaxed state. Okay, if you're someone that cannot shut your mind off at night, put this below your belly button before bedtime, and that'll help you to be relaxed for bed. It's not a sleep patch, but again, it helps to put your body in a parasympathetic, rest, relaxed state. If you're go, go, go during the day and you're stressed during the day, then use it during the day. It doesn't matter. Again, each patch has its own 12-hour window. Put it on, leave it on 12 hours. This actually signals a different peptide, a peptide in your liver to upregulate your SOD, which is your body's own ability to reduce the inflammation. But we know when you have outside sources or, food, environment, water, right? outside things that are toxic coming into your body's ability to regulate inflammation is decreased. So this brings your inflammatory markers down for you. So using X39 the same time you're using Eon is going to set your body up for a more rapid, dramatic repair and regeneration process. Okay. We love to add glutathione. And again, as recommended by David Schmidt, the owner of this technology, but also as recommended by Dr. Brian Daly, who has done 2 years of clinical studies with people that have received this. And so glutathione is the master antioxidant, master detoxer, master immune booster. Most of you have heard of glutathione. You know glutathione as if you go to a vitamin place, you know, your IV vitamin therapy, you'll get a glutathione push at the end. Or maybe you're taking some type of supplement, suppository, sublingual glutathione. Here's the thing I want you to understand about glutathione in an outside source, whether it's an IV or a supplement. That is only going to be active in your body for about 7 minutes. That's its half-life. It's about 7 minutes and it's gone. Right? Glutathione being an antioxidant, antioxidants chomp up free radicals, which you know are toxic parts, cells, and things that have gone rogue in your body. And so it's very important that we have glutathione, but this works very differently. It is not an outside source of glutathione. It looks just like this, except it's a different group of amino acids, sugars, oxygen, water, that form the molecules, that lattice structure. So this signals a peptide in your liver to elevate your own glutathione. Now, are you ready for this, Ellie? Elevate it by over 300%. If you took an IV push, you're talking 23% increase in glutathione. This is going to elevate your glutathione level over 300%. And because we have a patented technology, it actually sustains that elevated glutathione level for a 24-hour period. So if I am reducing inflammation in my body, I am increasing my own glutathione, which is boosting my immune system, eliminating toxins, neutralizing toxins in my body, right? Then I'm going to work to repair and regenerate the things that are damaged. This is going to set you up for success. If you've had anything come into your body that should not be in your body, or if you've had any kind of any immune issues, right? This is our immune system protocol to boost, to balance, and to get your body back on track.
Cool. Amazing. Yeah. So there was a question: do the patches degrade? Have a shelf life? They, I don't know the answer to that. I guess
they do. It's about 18 months, unless, and I want you to make sure you understand this, unless they are left in the heat. So if you put your patches in your car or you're gone on vacation and they get shipped into your mailbox and they're left there for a week, they're not going to be any good. And here's the big thing too. I know we do have, we are working every single day, shutting down hundreds of people on eBay that are selling patches. And I want to warn you of that, because what happens is those patches are typically, from some other country. Somebody buys them. Who knows how old they are? This patch has been out for 4 years. Who knows how old it is? Who knows if it's been left in the heat, in the sun? We have no idea. In a car, right? Or just not even taken care of, left, thrown in a hot garage. And then someone's like, oh, I need to get rid of these. Let me put them on eBay. So we do have an 18-month shelf life. You will see that on the patch. On the pack will tell you that date. And know that when you buy through Ellie, you're buying through the company. He has a very specific link that he will share with you, and you're buying directly from the company. So that means they're guaranteed. Okay. So we know they're safe, they're effective, and they're guaranteed to do what we say they're going to do. So make sure you're getting them through his website.
And also it helps me financially in case my channels get taken down.
Yes, absolutely. So somebody asked about how long do they work on pets after 12 hours on me? So that's a great question. When we take our patch off, remember I said you put it on in the morning, you leave it on 12 hours, you take it off and you throw it away. You can put it on your pet, leave it on them overnight while they're sleeping. What happens is the lattice structure that's embedded in this patch starts to dissipate around that 12 to 14 hour mark. It starts to kind of just, it's communicating with our body, which is like almost 100 degrees for a 12-hour period, right? And so those stereoisomers start to dissipate. And so your pet's going to get everything they need over that nighttime that they're sleeping, and then just take it off of them the next day. That's a great question.
Any other? Let's see.
What other questions? I'm looking through
Awesome
to make sure I
sounding
didn't miss it.
products. That's a nice. Thanks, Tess.
Oh,
Yeah,
Canada. Somebody asked about Canada. So I will know later on this month when we have our leader call with David. But as of right now, when we had that last month, he shared that we are online to be able to reopen in Canada again with our majority of our products next month in April. Right now, IceWave is available. IceWave is the patch that gets rid of pain on the spot. It is not going to fix anything. Your X39 and Eon are going to get to the root of the problem, but IceWave is immediate pain relief. That is available now. You can purchase that at wholesale price, of course. And then the Alavita Day and Night Cream are available too. Health Canada decided last fall that they no longer wanted us to ship from our Branbury location in Canada to the people in Canada. And so then they allowed us to ship from our distribution center and warehouse that we have, our manufacturing in San Diego. Then they stopped that altogether late last fall. And so we have been rewording and jumping through hoops and doing everything they've asked us to do in Canada. And they have told us that we are set for clearance in April. I don't have a date yet, but I do meet with David on the 3rd Thursday of this month. So I'm sure we'll have an update as to the exact date when we'll be able to open in Canada. But if you want IceWave or Alavita Day or Night Cream, you can get those now. And then the patches will be available next month.
Okay, let's see. I also want to say that I ordered the daytime scent that you spray on your wrist, and it's really nice. It is invigorating.
The shine.
Shine, yeah.
Yes, the shine. So we have Shine and Dream. Shine and Dream look like this. So David invented these because he's going to be 60 next month. And so he invented these last year to help balance his hormones. He wanted to make sure he kept his testosterone in check, being, almost 60. And it had dropped, which it does as men age. And of course, women's hormones get out of balance as well, too. And that's what these two do, bring your hormones back into balance. Shine increases oxytocin, which is your happy, love, connection, feel good. Yeah, I got energy. I love this, right? That's Shine. And then Dream is your dream for sleep. Deep, deep, deep REM sleep helps signal that human growth hormone in your body. And of course, balances your hormones, right? So that's those. You like the smell of the Shine?
I do. I'm gonna have to get Dream now. I do like the Shine. I mean, I don't know. I don't always remember to use it, but it's nice to have it there and just to take and it smells very nice. It's very pleasant.
Good. So somebody asked about PTSD. So we absolutely use patches for that. Yes. You would definitely use X39 and Eon. This is, remember I said it brings your body into that calm, rest, relaxed state. We call this our happy patch. The X39 stem cells, if you look at our brain clinical studies, it's amazing. Dr. Harmon and I spent an hour last Saturday on Zoom taking deep dive into 4 of our clinical studies. And we did one of those studies was the brain. And so X39 has massive impacts on the anxiety, stress, PTSD, that type of thing, because we're rewiring and firing new neurons and neural networks and pathways in the brain. So definitely these two are amazing. If you have severe anxiety, depression, those types of things, then we would look at Nirvana. Nirvana is amazing. We call it our bliss patch. So it works totally different. Remember, each patch signals a different peptide, a different pathway in the body. And so this is actually working with your neural hormones and neurotransmitters in your brain. So it helps to balance. We call it our mood balancing, mood stabilizing. We are open in Denmark. Actually, we're open in all 52 of the European countries. So we definitely would be able to help you get them in Denmark. If you just want to send us a message, you can email Ellie. He and I contact each other, communicate every day, but we can help you get set up with them. We are open in 81 countries, actually. So definitely able to do that.
I think, is Kathy, you talking about the packages? These are the packages that hold the patches. This one's empty, but let's see. Here we go. These are the packages, and inside are these little patches, You could put them, and they tell you where on your body is best to put them, but you could really put them anywhere. It doesn't really matter. And these things reflect back your own energy. They reflect back your own light into your system. It's really kind of, it's totally outside the box, which is why
Oh,
I'm
the
so
bottles.
interested.
She said the bottles.
Oh, the bottles. Yeah, that's Shine
Yes,
and
let's
Dream.
Yeah, so this is what David has invented. So it's, again, proprietary. This is a blend of a water, an energized, structured, somewhat water that he has invented. Hopefully more to come out for that this year, along with very specific not amino acids, essential oils and herbs, and very, very specific from very specific regions in the world, to be able to all form together to, again, like I said, balance hormones, elicit a good feel, happy, love connection during the day, and a deep REM sleep at night. So that's what the Shine and the Dream. Yeah. Somebody had asked, let me go back, about autism. So when we look at the brain, because, we're sharing information on here. Obviously, we're not claiming to treat or cure anything, right? We're just sharing information with you. Obviously, Ellie has a website. You can definitely go there. You can email us. We can share more information. StartX39now.com has all of our clinical studies. But when you look at the brain, we would look at X39 and Eon, of course, absolutely 100%. The other thing we would look at is carnosine. Carnosine is a huge antioxidant, second to glutathione. It loves to balance the brain. It likes to hang out in the brain and the heart and the muscles. But when you look at the brain with carnosine, it improves communication, cognition. It balances left brain, right brain hemisphere. So think of anything with the brain, any age. We look at cognitive issues as we age, right? We look at those as we're younger. So no matter what the age, these would be the 3 patches you would use. You could use all 3 during the day, wear them 12 hours, take them off, and throw them away. Depends on what part of the Caribbean. So if you go to Ellie's website, which is, and you can type it in here. You got
Actually,
it?
it's down below in the show more.
Sure.
Did I put it in this one? Yeah, it should be in the show more. If not, it's on my regular videos. It's the top of the list. Talks about Lifewave, and if you click on that link, actually, or if you speak to Dr. Staci, either way is really good. But I think it's probably better to talk to you. But you could click on the link, and that helps. Also helps us. Financially, and also if you're interested in distributing this yourself, you could you could just join the club and come on to you could at least make enough to get free patches and help a lot of folks that are really suffering from this thing and a lot of other issues.
Absolutely. Yes. And so it is lifewave.com/kabbalahguru. I know I did have somebody tell me they couldn't get your link clicked. So don't just go to lifewave.com in order. Make sure you do the /kabbalahguru as well. And that'll tell you, you can find and search your country and see if it's the one, if it's open in your area for Infinite One. But for JC, what patch would you recommend for someone suffering with when their right hand has tremors? So you would balance the body with the X39 and Eon. We're actually seeing great results with the X49 with people that have the shaking in their hands. And so that would be another really good patch. It works in the brain neurologically as well as the heart. We've talked about it for the heart this month as well too. So somebody asked about prices. So prices, 1 month of the X39 retail is $150. That's a month. And you would go to Ellie's website and you would click buy now retail and you would get 1 month for $150. A month of the supportive patch is $80. Okay. Retail. If you would like to purchase wholesale and be able to get his wholesale discount, which is fantastic that he's offering that to all of you. When you go to his website on the top right-hand corner, it says join. Click join. And then scroll down. It has different packs. Pick the silver pack, for example. It's $2.99. You can get 2 months of each of these for $2.99, or you can get 3 months of just the X39 for $2.99. You're able to mix and match in that wholesale pack. There's no fees. There's no monthly commitments. You can have a wholesale account forever. It's whatever you want, right? But you're able to get that discount. And then, like he said, of course, that's connected directly to him. So price is really affordable. You're talking a price of a cup of coffee a day. I mean, I went to get a green tea from Starbucks. I love my unsweetened green tea. They're up to $4.75 a day right now. I'm like, okay, that's got to stop. That's the price of both of these patches. That's just crazy, right? So, and no, you don't drink the essential oils. You spray them on your wrist and you actually inhale 7 times. There's that number 7. You said 17. 7's my number. So anytime there's 7 or 77 or anything with 7 in it, I love it. So you inhale 7 times for that. Yeah. I love that.
This is a question I didn't know how to answer. Are they safe for pregnant women?
We don't have any clinical studies with women that are pregnant. So we can't say yes, 100%, just like children. We don't have clinical studies with children for obvious reasons, right? People don't really just sign up for that. Try on my child or try on me with my unborn child. Have I patched pregnant women? Yes. The first 2 people I patched were my children. So I patched as young as infants. I had a baby that had a rash. Mom said, put glutathione on the baby. We did that, cleared up the rash. I've probably patched hundreds and hundreds and had access to talking to thousands of moms that have been patching their children. So it's, again, there's nothing entering the body. There's nothing going into the skin. So there's no interactions, no contraindications. This is literally a wearable light technology. If you're thinking about, for example, if your child goes outside into the sun, if you go outside into the sun, a very specific wavelength of light from the sun hits our skin and increases our vitamin D. We know that, right? We can't see that ray of light coming in through the body that's increasing our vitamin D. It's the same way with this. You don't need to be in the sun for this, okay? This is just an analogy. It works perfectly fine behind my shirt. No light is needed. We are the light. We are the light source. And so it's, if you look at it that way, is it safe for your child to go out in the sun? It's a personal choice. I definitely cannot make a recommendation because I am not your physician. What patches are for the night? That's a great question. So Aloe Vita. Aloe Vita is a nighttime patch. This patch works for the skin, for the lines, the wrinkles, the dark spots, the crepiness. It works for moles, scars. I had a massage today. I had a C-section 18 years ago with my son, and I had a lymphatic massage today. So she was massaging my stomach, right, which is not typical, but it was lymphatic. And she's like, how old is your scar? And I said, 18 years old. And she said, I have never seen a scar look this good in my life. Like, your C-section scar looks amazing. And I'm like, thanks. I happen to use this patch that just basically wipes out scars. And she's like, yours looks so good. There's no bumpiness. There's nothing to it at all. And I'm like, well, it wasn't always like that, but this patch definitely does that. So it's fantastic for the outside of the skin, but we know that it reduces oxidative stress, inflammatory stress, and it actually helps to lengthen your telomeres, which are the little end caps on the ends of your chromosomes that determine the length of your life. The other patch that is at night is called Silent Nights, and I think I have one in here. Maybe, maybe not. Silent Nights is a patch that you use at night. I have a patch, not the sleeve for some reason, but it looks like this on the back. Silent Nights. They all have their names on them. Silent Nights is a patch that you put on only at night to help you with sleep. Deep REM sleep, longer sleep, better quality of sleep. And that's a nighttime patch. Every other patch can be worn, well, X39, X49, and Energy Enhancer can only be worn during the day. But the other patches can be worn day or night as needed, whatever you need.
I wonder, is Dr. Awake Walker talking about this thing again? I mean, I think so. You know, it's glutathione, X39, and Eon for the
Correct.
if you had this thing, and that helps reset your DNA with the stem cells repair and everything. It's pretty amazing.
Yes.
And it's hope. It's hope, man. I mean, it's like, you know, we have ways to deal with hopelessness. Really, the situation is quite, you know, despondent. I mean, it can make you feel real. And in answer to Mio, to your question, my legal name is Edward. I've been Ellie for the last 20 years. But I'm careful whenever I deal with money, because the the dudes are so weird about your name. Like I once opened up an electric account like 30 years ago under the name Ellie, and it just caused me all kinds of problems. I mean, if you ever try to change your name on passports and stuff, I mean, I'm just saying my experience that I don't really like to, I can't bear filling out. I hate forms and I hate dealing with bureaucracy. And I'm just like, but I go by Ellie. I don't really, I'm not really Edward anymore, but that was my name when I was born.
Well, and when you go to lifewave.com/kabbalahguru, you will see Edward Weber up in the right-hand corner in a little yellow box. So make sure you do see that so you know you are connected to him.
Yeah,
He's obviously connected to me.
Right, because my bank account, I'm very careful to use my legal name on anything dealing with the dudes, the bad guys, man. I don't, they don't understand nuances or names or anything like that. They only understand money.
Yep. I had somebody ask what patch this is on the front of my chest. This is just an X39 that I took off. I literally leave one that sits on my computer at all times so I can use it for purposes so you guys can see it. So the X39, all of our clinical studies have specific locations for the patches because you have to, right? When you're doing studies, and David's done over 90 studies in the last 20 years. And of course, many independent labs and researchers, doctors have too. He hasn't done all of them himself. But we use traditional Chinese medicine in those studies to be able to use set points for the studies to show the results, right? You can't have people randomly sticking patches anywhere and everywhere and expect to have like some kind of control situation, right? And so typically for X39, you would do back of the neck or below the belly button in the morning when you get up, and you would leave it on that 12 hours. But honestly, any place works. Our entire body is emitting heat or light. And so you can stick this on the bottom of your foot and it's still working. You can stick it on the top of your head. You can stick it right here in the center of your chest. It's working no matter where you apply it. So when you do get the patches in, though, you will see the instruction booklet. And the instruction booklet will give you very specific locations to use the patch. This is SP6, for example. It's a patch that balances your endocrine system. And it's based on the clinical studies because these points are meridian points, right? They're acupuncture points that are connected to meridians that go to specific organs or systems in the body. And so that's why we have instruction booklets that have very specific points in them to tell you exactly where you're going to apply the patch, depending on which one you're ordering. So they all come with that. So it's very self-explanatory. That's a great question, though. Somebody said last week, wearing patches, when in doubt, place them in the middle of the body, spine, below the belly button. Sure, absolutely. That's perfectly fine. You can always do back of the neck, low back, anywhere like that, below your belly button. It's really anywhere works perfect. Can you combine the aloe vera and silent night both at night? Yes, you can definitely wear both of them at night. Perfect. Kidney issues? Do you want me to answer that, or do you have a question?
Yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, so kidney issues, you would want to look at the X39 and Eon. The other thing I would like for you to look at is the energy enhancer and the carnosine. So energy enhancer turns over your lymphatic system, gets the fluids in your body moving. That's really important, right? We know stagnant lymph. Think of just a pond where there's this green film on top. Things are stagnant. It's stagnant underneath. That's what's happening when your lymphatic system is not draining. You can picture that, right? I know I used to live around the corner from a pond that looked like that. And every time I was like, oh, that thing is it's toxic under there. And so this helps turn body fat into fuel, which is fantastic, but it helps turn over your lymphatic system. And so that's great for the kidneys, right? To help move the flow of the energy in the body and move the flow of the fluids in the body. But carnosine, remember I mentioned that earlier for the brain and for the heart? It also impacts the organs in a big way. And honestly, glutathione and Eon, all three, these have massive, and so does aloe vera. Our clinical studies, like I'm not saying you've used all these patches by any means, but I'm saying you can look at the clinical studies if you go to startx39now.com and you can see highly significant improvements in the organs in the body from using these patches. It's impressive. I mean, where do you get to find a medicine or drug that's actually going to improve the functionality of your organ so that you don't need that medicine anymore? Like these patches actually improve the functionality of your organs. Highly significant, highly statistical improvement. It's impressive. It just really is. And somebody just said, would a patch help the organ in the body? Yes. And of course, we know stem cell activation patch. That's the thing. That's why we always start with this, because this is going to impact every single thing in your body, every cell, every tissue, every organ. The thing is, we can't pick where your stem cells go. You cannot direct your own stem cells. Your body has its own innate ability to know how to heal itself, right? It does that. That's like when you cut your finger or break your bone. It's not the Band-Aid or the cast that heals the body. It's the body, the inside. And so that's your body's own stem cells. That's what they do. But why we use supportive patches is because we want to help assist those systems, those organs in the body, to help bring the body into homeostasis faster. So that's why we use 1 or 2 supportive patches at the same time. So go ahead, Ellie.
No, that's good. I'm just seeing everyone's how long before. I don't think you really need to worry about like how much time right before going to bed. I mean, they're not these are not like powerful, like, knockout. It's not like taking medicine. It works
No.
with your body. It works with your system. It works with where you're holding. I mean, for me, yes, I do use ASEA with I always drink my ASEA, and they work hand in hand with, I mean, even with this, with the shake. I mean, I use all 3. I use these products. I'm for me, because my brain is all over the place. I find the main advantage is I'm able to focus when I'm not online. I'm able to get things done, which I wasn't able to do before. I mean, it was kind of like being online was like me sitting in one place for an hour was like a huge discipline for me. Now I'm like, I get stuff done all the day. Well, if I'm washing dishes, I'm not like, I don't really spend any time, relaxing. I don't even know what that is. I'm working all the time. It makes life very pleasant.
Good. I do want to mention the Dream. We mentioned that earlier. If you're using Dream, you better be in bed, because when you spray this and you inhale it 7 times, you are going down for a blissful, restful, deep sleep. So Silent Nights is something to put on maybe, right before you're getting ready to go to bed, 15, 20 minutes before, that kind of thing. But Dream is like, you're going to be in your dream state pretty quick. Okay.
Focus and presence. Yeah, Mio. It really. I'm telling you, my life is. I still have moments, but mostly it's just like, at least in the last couple of days, it's just been pretty smooth waves. I think that really describes it. Yeah, and I'm using the right now. I'm using the X39 and X49 most because that's what I ordered recently. But I also have I use the there's one called SP6, which was recommended to me by Nirmala. I use that. It's very powerful. I mean, it has to be placed on the left side. That one, I would say, you really have to follow directions. I put it in the wrong place once, and it caused me a little bit of agony. But
yeah,
that's a powerful one. How much is the spray? Yeah. I think the spray's about $30, something like that.
I think it's if you buy individually, they're $39. If you buy the pack together, Shine and Dream, I think it's $72.95. I think. Yeah.
You wouldn't lie.
And you can change where you put your patches. This is just an X39. I just stuck right here right now for purposes of you guys being able to see it. But yes, you can change the locations. Like when you get the Eon in, the instruction booklet's going to have different acupuncture points you can pick from. Pick a spot, leave it there don't leave it there for 7 days, but use it on that spot every day for 7 days before you switch to a different spot. See if you feel anything different, right? There's like 6 different spots you can pick from. So I would recommend doing 1 spot each week and see if you notice any differences or if you feel anything different, because we're all different, right? In what we feel. Yeah.
All right. I think we pretty much taken care of it. Yeah, everything. Well, and what to use for varicose and spider veins? I mean, I guess the aloe vera, yeah.
Alavita, X39, and Eon. Eon reduces inflammation, the fibrinogen. Remember, I told you the blood, and then the Alavita. Yeah, definitely.
And Alavita is a nighttime.
Yes, yes. And the spray is Lifewave. David invented these just last year because he was getting ready to approach 60. He'll be 60 next month. And so he wanted to balance his hormones. And he thought, wow, these are impressive. Based on the studies and the research that he was doing just for himself, then he went ahead and did further clinical studies, of course, with people and decided to bring them to market because they were so impressive and powerful and fast acting, like taking testosterone from 300s to 700s in literally between 3 and 10 days.
The spray you get in the same place. If you go to the show more and you go to my website, KabbalahGuru, it's right under Lifewaves. You can order the spray, and it's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, very easy. The instructions come with it. And as far as the spray, I don't know, Neil, if you're asking about the spray or the patch, but the spray you can use daily if you're just wanting to increase your oxytocin, just a feel good, happy connection, or use it as needed for sleep. If you're wanting to balance your hormones out, you need to use Shine and Dream every day. Shine morning, Dream in the evening. If you're talking about patches, you would use them every day, 12 hours on, whether they're daytime patch or nighttime patch, and then 12 hours off. And yes, the spray is Lifewave. Ellie has his website. You will be ordering it from there. Yep. And if you have questions, of course, you can definitely email me. He has a link there. If you would like to schedule a Zoom, I'm more than happy to do a free consultation to share information, whatever you need.
Yeah, the hormone spray is Shine and the other one,
Dream.
And Dream, Shine and Dream. It sounds like we were watching from Magic Eyes. They had his comic book, but that's a whole other thing. But yeah, we're talking about capturing dream. So it's but okay. So we got is the spray Lifewave? Yes, the spray is Lifewave.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to get rich. I'm with you, Mia. That's me also, man. I want to get rich. For the main reason I want to get rich is I never want to think about money. You know what I mean? I just if I want to get a fancy can of tuna fish, I was telling the other day, I bought Dr. Staci. I found a can of tuna fish. It was almost $6. It's low mercury. I opened it up. It was the most delicious tuna fish. It was like fresh. It was like eating a tuna steak. It was really amazing. So, there are some beautiful things that you may want to enjoy in life.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So we'll be back. Dr. Staci, thank you so much for coming to the family. And we'll come, we'll see you next Tuesday. Tove, good twice.
Good twice. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Staci.
Thank you. Have a great day.
God bless.